I'd like to call the meeting to order. Our first item on the agenda, it's my pleasure to introduce one of our new board members and have him take the oath, Mr. Brent Gotro.
Raise your right hand, please. Just repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Brent Gotro,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution,
and laws of the United States
the laws of the United States,
and the Constitution and laws of this state,
the Constitution and the laws of this state,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and faithfully and impartially
discharge and perform
discharge and perform
all of the duties incumbent on me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as interim school board member, District 2,
as interim school board member, District 2,
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
according to the best of my ability and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Brent, on behalf of the Situate School Board, our staff and our employees, we'd just like to thank you for filling this role, helping us out. I know it was a tall task, so we thank you for that. We also like to thank Ms. Hannah for coming out tonight. Giving him the oath. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, it's official now. We can move on to our roll call, Ms. Bueller.
Mr. Laney. Present. Mr. Gotro. Ms. Lewin. Present. Mr. Bourgeois.
Present.
Mr. Murphy. Mr. DeFrancis.
Present.
Mr. Kleinpeter.
Present.
Mr. Murphy.
Present.
Mr. Lewis Lambert.
Present.
Ms. Rowe. Mr. Chase.
Present.
Thank you, Ms. Gill. Item number 3 is our invocation led by Mr. John DeFrancis.
Please bow your heads and join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, and thy will be done. Give us today.
Thank you, Mr. Francis. Item number 4 is our Ms. Julie Blue.
Please join me in allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Blue. Number 5 is our mission statement, Mr. Jake Leonard.
The mission of Ascension Parish school system is to provide each student the high quality education necessary to succeed in an ever changing world.
Thank you, Mr. Larry. Before we move on to number 6, Ms. Gill, do we have any public comment for?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Item number 6 is approval of minutes of June 17th, 2025. Motion, we got a motion by Mr. Kleinpeter to accept and a second by Ms. Karen Bro. Do we have any further discussion? Any opposition? All right, that motion carries. Moving on to B, our meeting items. And I only have to imagine that all these beautiful people are not here to enjoy our board meeting. We'll give Dr. Walker a pleasure to introduce number 1, administrative introductions.
Thank you, Mr. Versaday. And as he said, I have the privilege of introducing 3 new administrators within our school system. I'm going to start with our supervisor of human resources, Ms. Jada Blurry. Jada earned her Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics from Southeastern Louisiana University. She has a Master's of Business Administration from Louisiana State University at Shreveport. She began her career as a secondary math teacher at East Ascension High School and then moved to human resources with the Epic Piping Company in 2015. In 2021, she came to her senses and resigned back to Ascension Parish as a human resources specialist. And now she has moved up to our supervisor of human resources. Tonight, she has with her her husband, Chris Flory, her children, Gibson and Quinn. And I also want to acknowledge she's the daughter of a retired supervisor, Miss Bridget Boudreaux, and I know she's in the audience.
Well, thank you. I definitely came to my senses, I would say. Thank you, Dr. Walker, Mr. Lambert, wherever there is, Dr. Muse, and of course the board for this opportunity. to say that coming home, back to Ascension Parish and back to working in this organization, that's truly what it felt like. It felt like returning home, because not only am I helping those who educated me as a graduate of East Ascension, but I'm also able to help those who are now my children, who also go to Ascension Public Schools. So I'm excited to be here, excited to continue this incredible journey, because that's exactly what it's been. So have to give a shout out to my husband for being so supportive, and of course, former supervisor, you know. Funny story, we were changing supervisors in Alley the other day for retirees return to work, and now she reports to me. Yeah, I thought that was great. And of course, my dad, he needs a shout out too, and then my beautiful children. And I don't know if y'all saw this crazy crew in the back. Resources department. We have built the best team over the last 4 years, and I just can't wait to see what we continue to do in our department and the changes that are gonna be happening. We're moving in the right direction, and I'm just very excited. So thank you so much. I appreciate it all.
Thank you, Jake. I would now like to introduce our Supervisor of Information Systems and Technology, Mr. Trey Keller. Craig is a 1996 graduate of Sandoval High School and a 2001 graduate of LSU in Information Systems and Decision Sciences. He has served as a database analyst with Gulf Coast Wireless and an application developer with Associated Grocers. In November of 2013, he joined our school district as a data analyst and business intelligence administrator. His spouse is Miss Amy Keller, the new principal at Santa Ana Primary, and he has 3 children, Gabriel, Zachary, and Emerson, all who were either or currently enrolled in Ascension Public Schools. I introduce to you again, Mr. Trey Keller.
Thank you, Dr. Walker, and the board for welcoming me here tonight. So it's a great opportunity to serve. I'm kind of second what Jada said here. You know, when we set out, when I set out on this journey so long ago as engineers, and I'm sure Darby and Jay can both attest to this, we set out as engineers, as technology guys, as information guys. I never had the heart to leave home. I'm just a Cadillac on the lake, you know. So, you know, so I've been around here, but I never dreamed that my skill set and the field that I went in would take me back truly home to where I started here in the system. And that would give back to our students and our staff and provide solutions to them. I want to thank y'all again for welcoming us here tonight. Thank you, Dr. Walker, for all the encouragement and faith you put in me throughout these years. First off, I also want to say I'm very grateful to our fire director, Mr. Ragusa, who took a chance on me. So I'm very grateful for that. Darby and Jay, words cannot even say how grateful I am to you for the encouragement that you've given me and the leadership, proud following in your steps. Our technology team, some of us who are here tonight, and my IS team, as everybody's well aware, we have such a great team. So I don't have to go there, but I really appreciate everybody being here for me. To all of my fellow directors, supervisors, principals, registrars, and teachers, everybody who's allowed me to help them and grow and lean on me, is so much relies on me now. It gives me confidence to know that I'm capable of this new undertaking. So I just want to thank everybody. I also want to thank my family, my kids, my team here. Everything is for them. And of course, the greatest fan of my life here, my wonderful wife, for which there's no reason for me doing any of this.
And then last but certainly not least, our instructional supervisor, Miss Michelle Mullins. And her family adjusted the lights. So Michelle earned her bachelor's from LSU in 1996. She earned her master's in educational leadership from LSU in 2009. She is the proud graduate of East Ascension High School and began her career as a teacher right here in this district. She's been a teacher, an instructional coach, a mentor, and a master teacher, an assistant principal, and a principal, and she will now serve us as an instructional supervisor. She has her wonderful spouse here, Mr. Jared Mullins, and then she has her family, Marley and her husband Christian Bignair. Marley is one of our teachers as well. Reed and Casey Carr, Maddie Carr and Reed Edwards, and then their first beautiful grandchild, Mr. Mason Bignair. So I introduce to you again, Miss Michelle Munn.
I'm extremely honored to move into this next role as supervisor. And I sincerely thank you, Dr. Walker, and our board members, our directors, our supervisors, my principals, for allowing me to move into this position. And of course, I thank my family, who I love dearly, and I couldn't do any of this without y'all. And my little sister, who is now my favorite person ever. So I have served our district, and I have been in many different positions throughout my years, and I have learned so much from so many amazing people. And I can't wait to take all of that and continue to help grow our district. I absolutely love what we do in our district for our kids. The work we do for our students and how we push them and we set our expectations. I just truly believe in everything that we do for them. And I absolutely loved being principal at Settlement Primary. And I'm gonna miss being there so much. I'm so glad to have Amy step in. But that has been so rewarding, and I have learned so much. And I, moving forward, can't wait to help support other principals as we continue the great work that we do in our district. So thank y'all.
Thank you so much. This time, we will release our 3 candidates who have been promoted in their families. Usually, I would tell the families to buy dinner tonight, but all of these people receive raises. They need to buy you dinner tonight. Enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for being here.
Good job, lady.
How are you? I talked to you in a while.
Yeah, I got it.
We'll tie them to our financial reports, so this is really good.
Revenues were 23,4.3 million over the budgeted amount. Expenditures were 27.3 million, at 1.5 over the budgeted amount. So we had a deficit of 4.2 million, but it was 2.7 million under what we budgeted. Good. Major revenues, MFP, we budgeted 10.5, we received 9.9, which gave us unfavorable variance of 97,000. Sales tax, 7.5 is budgeted, received 9.1 million, which gave us a favorable variance of 1.6 million. And average work was budgeted at 290,000, we received 108,000, which gave us a favorable variance of 8,296. So the total goes, it was a total of 732,328. Our expenditures for the month, we had a few variances, one in instruction, we were over the budget amount of 1.2 million. Due to technology related supplies and classroom technology, which were our student devices, whereas we call it going to be because
Other instructional was budgeted over the budget around $153,000 due to salary benefits for teachers. Special programs for over the budget about $253,000 due to payment to daycare, with our last one should be in June, and the state's taking that over as of today, it's daycare payments. Instructional staff are over the budget amount of $103,000 due to educational reimbursement to universities and some of our employees. And lastly, operations for over the budget amount of $528,000 due to 396 for repairs and maintenance for HVAC, plumbing, and electrical services, and 92,000 due to rental vehicles and seven school location, which was the least. We budgeted $175,000 over by 92,000. Balance sheet, any questions about the income statement before we do the balance sheet?
One question.
Yes.
To technology devices. That's. But it's coming, just more of a timing issue.
Time, yes. Yes. So, okay, anything else? The balance sheet at a glance, cash and investments comparing May 2024 to May 25, the balance has decreased by 9 million. Then our investments decreased a little because we keep more money in cash, so that's what that is. And the total fund balance comparing May 2024 to May 2025, the balance has decreased by 10 million. And on the second page, there's kind of a explanation on why, because we transferred 483,000 in Head Start, 145,000 in child nutrition, 5.7 million to Fund 82 major maintenance project. And we had to transfer over a negative out of Fund 106 of 3.3 million, so that's the 10 million different than the fund balance from last year to this year.
The Fund 82 transfer, that's specific projects, and I'm sorry, I might have already said that, but.
Yeah, that was the one that was approved by the board. Yes.
For next year.
Yes, ma'am. So that was, 5 million, it was 5.5, and then 290 was something else. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other two projects.
Yeah.
Are we doing the summer program, child nutrition?
The child nutrition, I don't think so, because Sheridan cost us anything, so.
Okay.
You know, probably get anything, so.
Could you elaborate on the COVID, form 106 COVID-19?
So what happened with that one, they overspent. And it was sitting on the books as a negative balance, so once the fund was closed, when the auditors audited everything was closed, we received everything. And we were over, Tiffany, which is our auditor, Eisenhower, she gave us permission to move the balance over to general fund to review off of that.
So we overspent the federal money that.
Yes. So we had to take that.
Did we do that on purpose or how did that?
I don't think it was done on purpose. Yeah, so we had to take this and eat this 3.3 million, which of course decreased our fund balance.
So it's not, so let's be clear, what we did with the COVID funds, and I wasn't a whole complete part of the COVID funds. But we denoted, let's say, $4 million every year for instruction. Either COVID pays for it or we pay for it. Either way, the $4 million comes out. So I think this last year, we put another 4 million, ate up everything that COVID had, and then we had to transfer the rest. It's not that anybody gets our money, we had to spend it regardless.
So it was money we were spending.
It was money we were gonna spend
We're
regardless.
going out of that fund.
We wanted to use every cent we had for COVID.
Yeah.
We wanted to make sure all of our dollars were allocated, and then we transfer the rest back to the fund.
If the COVID money was there, we were spending them.
Either way, you gotta buy books, you have to buy laptops, you have to buy all the things that we use for the money, but we wanted to make sure every dollar for COVID was allocated. Yes.
So so we had to transfer that over to zero on that fund.
That fund's done.
Yeah, fund's done, yes, sir.
We're done with
Yes.
COVID, we spent every nickel they've given us,
So
and
it's
then
over.
covered the rest, yes.
So, yes, ma'am.
Regards to expenditure,
Mhm.
we had that 19 million, I went to solve. Rental bills, that's similar bills we have.
Yeah, okay, that's the logical village, and this is for the lease. Yeah, some of it, I know, was scared as well. It was, a lot of it was time issues with billing, and broke, sitting 2 payments instead of 1 in 1 month. So it's why I took it over by the 92, and of course, the need for the bills, we have to get them, the schools need them, so yeah, that's why that was over. But that's what that is this time.
And
Any other questions? When last but not least is our finding, and our corrective action is the business service department will take the necessary steps to comply with all requirements of the local government budget act. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sean, appreciate your time.
Welcome.
All right, before we move on our consent agenda, I think Dr. Muse has a bunch of them on here for.
Yes, sir.
Number one is approval of seal bid SB 10971 badge printers and card readers correction. Number two, approval of job description of accountant. Number three, approval of job description of capital asset accountant. Number four, approval of job description for general ledger accountant. Number five, approval of job description for grants accountant. Number six, approval of job description for payroll accountant. Number seven, approval of job description for custodian. Number eight, approval of job description for assistant facility foreman. Number nine, approval of job description for facility foreman. Number 10, approval to move assistant superintendent job description to inactive status. Number 11, approval of the job description for director of human resources. Number 12, approval of job description for director of business services. Number 13, approval of job description for director of IS technology. And number 14, approval of out-of-state field trip for Dutchtown High Dance Team to attend UDA National Dance Team Competition, Orlando, Florida, February 4th through 9th, 2026. Do we need to remove anything from our consent? To accept. We got a motion by Mr. Bourgeois to accept the consent.
Second.
We got a second by Ms. Karen Bro. Do we have any further discussion on our consent? Any opposition? That motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to our committee information. Number one is report of committee meetings. Mrs. DeFrancis.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Brush today. Tonight we had the technology committee meeting with Tackline Peter and Jake Lambert present. We had one item on the agenda, which was RFP 5167 for technical services for the APSB technology department. On the unanimous recommendation upon staff, it was recommended to proceed with VeraPro, a 13-year business partner of APSB. That's also.
Thank you, Mr. Francis. All right, moving on to number two, scheduling committee meetings. I'll start us off. I need to schedule a facilities and operations committee meeting for Tuesday, July 15th at 5:45, Mr. Bourgeois.
Yeah, I need a budget committee meeting Tuesday, August 19th, 6 P.M. for 30 minutes.
Mr. Conley.
Policy committee, August 5th, it's 6 o'clock.
That's all we have down. Anybody else have any committees to schedule? Thank you. Moving on, number one, superintendent board comments. Number one, superintendent comments.
And I just want to remind our board that our offices will be closed July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, which is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in observance of 4th of July. Also that within our executive content, I posted all of the administrative contracts and the board reports in that particular field. So if you're interested, please go in and take a look. And then last but not least, our school reports for the 2025 REAP administration has come in. And so as soon as we finish all of our calculations around those numbers, I will have Carly and her team report out to the board so that you will know where we are as far as LEAP is concerned. Now, that is not our SDS, right? So all we get is the raw data from LEAP, and then they take that and aggregate it into an SDS score, but I will at least like to share with you where we are as a school district. And so that'll be at our next board. That's all I have.
Sorry. All right, thank you, Dr. Walker. Yeah. Moving on, number two is our board comments. Do we have any board comments? I will just mention, obviously, with y'all saw me calling the committee meeting, so with a new board member coming on, I'll rearrange a few things. I'll be calling you guys to kind of sort that out. So more to come on that very shortly. All right, F, closing the meeting. Number one, adjournment.
Motion adjourned.
We got a motion by Mr. Francis, a second by Mr.